You're a disgusting loser, and nobody ever liked you. Now that I've gotten rid of all the people who are beyond saving, yes you've probably experienced that feeling of not being good enough. You've probably felt that mindless drudgery after a whole day of doing nothing productive with your life. And yet, you don't do anything about it. Don't blame yourself. It's not all your own fault. But at the same time, it is your own fault. You can never put all the blame on something else. Your inactivity still counts as a choice within a scenario. The sedentary life you live, you are not happy with it. Now, I cannot give you happiness. You have to find your own shoes to walk in. All I can do is help you find those shoes. The shoes that are gonna help you dominate any obstacle life throws at you. Today's information is directed at young men. I am no wiser than you, and that's what makes me wise. By having that student mindset, you need to understand that nobody is smarter than you, and you are not smarter than anyone. That type of ego, the opposite of the student mindset, will kill any progress you make, as too much ego is a bad thing, and too little ego is also a bad thing. It's a game of balance. The place where most people fail is keeping that ego in check, balancing it. Like you see, for example, a guy that does nothing, right? Absolutely nothing in his life, jerks off in his room, has no type of female attraction towards him. In fact, he's probably the most feminine man you've ever seen. His body is overflowing with estrogen. He has little boy bitch tits. Nobody finds him physically attractive or even socially attractive. He's just worthless. Now, I don't want you to be like him. I want you to be the most perfect man possible. A man that could bring down a tyrant. Now you might be saying, what's the point of being able to take down a tyrant? Or you might be saying to yourself that you're not at all like the person I just described. Now, if you had that student mindset, you would probably realize that you have some aspects of the man I just described. And how do I know this? Because you probably have social media. And a real good man of character wouldn't be on YouTube right now at, I'm assuming, a very late time. If you are watching this video at a very late time, turn it off right now and go to sleep. But back to my point, you don't realize it, but you are living under a tyranny, a corporate tyranny. For example, look at everything around you. Everyone's trying to sell you something. Everyone has a brand on them. Yeezys, Starbucks, fucking some stupid designer brand they don't need. All for some fake internet points that they don't need. Everything around you is just you being exploited, you being the victim of these big companies, you being the victim of that guy who designed how to make the Big Mac taste better for a cheaper price, and not for a cheaper price for you, the consumer, but a cheaper price for the company, so they could keep selling you more of this fucking chemical sludge that they call a burger or a drink or anything that you're eating. They have teams of people to make you addicted to their product. They have analysts, chemists. Now, if you believe that you're not being exploited, then you are under a false class consciousness, which kind of sucks for you, honestly. You're kind of a loser. You're like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy my Big Mac. Bro, when was the last time you felt a woman's touch? Probably never. And you cry about it every single night. But it's good that you cry about it every night because it shows you want to change your life. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, I must congratulate you because you are better than most people. Most people would have clicked off because of their short attention span, because I've designed my videos to be as least dopamine releasing as possible. How have I done this? By just using my normal deep voice and no flashy editing. Just some funny sound effect I used for censoring the swear words for YouTube reasons. So, In conclusion, for today's episode, if you want to keep your ego in check, I recommend you read Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. And make sure to be the best version of yourself even when the world doesn't want you to be.